Pretty much every single problem with NFTs comes from this main problem. Hello, Catholic Controversy here, and NFTs, non-fungible tokens. It's the big talk. It's the latest crypto fad, and yeah, there's some people that like it, a lot of people that hate them, and it's such a mess, such a mess. Like I use the Brave browser. I see little ads pop up all the time for NFTs. I see people making videos about them, and it's the problems that people bring up, how they are bad for the environment, how you don't actually own anything, you're just a thing on the blockchain, and you can just right click the image, and all of them are ugly, and it's just so many problems with them. And I just want to say what I think really is the true problem with NFTs. But before I get into that, just a quick little overview of what NFTs and cryptocurrencies are in general. So, as you don't know, there's cryptocurrencies. Big thing is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin. I'm sure you heard about that with Brave. I get basic attention tokens, and it, it's fun. And the thing is that it cryptocurrency basically started out as just sort of like a sort of proof of concept of people can just make their own money, and there's a way in which you can prove that you have that money. And I got into it because it was basically a commentary on fiat currencies like the dollar bill, the euro, all of those, and it's because it's like, there's not actually anything that really backs the American dollar. It's just backed by the promise of it has value. But you can't, it's not actually gold or silver or anything. It's just a little piece of paper. And 90% of the currency out there is just digital. So to say, hey, let's just make our own little currency that is 100% digital, that's basically what Bitcoin started out as. And same with like Ethereum and Litecoin and Dogecoin, even though Dogecoin was just a meme of Bitcoin, just to kind of show that, hey, we can make our own currency too. It was just a fun little thing, and it was a little niche project or whatever that then kind of grew really quickly when the Greek government decided that they were going to start taking people's money out of their bank accounts, but they didn't know what to do with cryptocurrency, so everyone wanted to buy Bitcoin. But when I got into Bitcoin, it wasn't worth a whole lot. I mean, it was worth about $800, but it's sure nothing like the $10,000 or whatever it's at right now. Like Bitcoin has just been crazy. But it got established because of just people using it as a thing. I mean, people used it for trading things on the Silk Road, and there were a couple of like stores and stuff that would accept it, but it just naturally grew. It naturally gained widespread acceptance. And one thing about it is that Bitcoin, crypto, all the different tokens out there, they're all what's called fungible, which basically means that they're all identical. It's like how if you have a dollar bill and another dollar bill, they're both worth exactly the same. They're both worth a dollar. But the thing is that it's like, I'm a collector. I can see that, oh, yeah, grade it. So this one has some creases and it's got some markings. It's more worn. So it's not actually worth the same. And what if someone just kind of said, what if we could make a current token based on Ethereum that was non fungible, one that was unique? And that's what NFTs are. They are currency, they're crypto tokens that are unique. They're not like any other token. So each individual token has a different amount of value. But you can't just back it up and say, well, this token is worth hundreds of dollars, whereas this one's only worth a dollar. So they had to back it with something. And that's what they did with NFTs that you see nowadays. It's like you got NFTs based on primarily images, but you also got them based on like websites and videos and audio files. So, I mean, That's basically what the NFT is. And if NFTs were on a different blockchain, I think that they really could be something really cool. Like it'd be a way for creators to sell their digital artwork. If you make a drawing on DeviantArt, you could then sell it to your fans and say, "Hey, I minted this as an NFT, so you can buy it for like 10, $15 or whatever, or maybe 30, $50 depending on how good you are." And then the transaction fee is like 50 cents or so. I mean, that's what it was when I got into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency 6, 7 years ago. So that's basically what they were. And I think that's probably what the intended purpose was. But if you go on like OpenSea or any other NFT market, they're selling for thousands of dollars. And it's just like, why? It's this weird little pixel drawing or funky monkey or any other number of weird things. I mean, I know there was that one artist that sold like all of his drawings and art as a collage as an NFT, and it's like, okay, that makes sense, but it's like, why is this picture of all things worth thousands of dollars? And here's the main problem: pretty much every single NFT is minted on the Ethereum blockchain. You got other blockchains out there, but for the most part, they're all minted on Ethereum. And Ethereum has this really big problem right now where the transaction fees are crazy. Like, for some reason, because the network's being all clogged up by NFTs or because people are using or because it's just gotten way too big, the transaction fees, it costs like $300 to send something through the blockchain on the Ethereum blockchain. I looked at OpenSea and they've got some free NFTs listed on there. So I'm like, okay, I'm into cryptocurrency, so I'll get a couple of these free NFTs and maybe just spend $10 on like the transaction fee or whatever. But it's like, no, when I did it, it was like $200 to get a free NFT, to get a free token, one that didn't have any money associated with it for the original price. But it was $200, $300. I'll show you like what it was when I did it. I'll show you like the transaction or whatever. It was just crazy. So it's like, of course they're being sold for thousands of dollars because it's like that's a quarter of the price. What do you expect? It's like if I bought this, if this Funky Monkey NFT was free, then okay, I have to spend $300, and it's like, oh great, now I'm out $300. I guess I got to charge $300 in order to try to get my money back, and then on top of that, it's like, okay, so in addition to the $300, it ends up costing you $600 because that's the blockchain fee, and it just keeps growing, 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 growing. And I think that we're kind of at like a sort of pyramid scheme, if you will. And it's not just that. It's like I took a couple of pictures or whatever. I want to see, okay, maybe I could try minting a couple of just pictures of me making a funny face or whatever on the Ethereum blockchain or one of the other blockchains in order to make my own NFTs just to kind of see maybe I could scam someone into spending $1,000 for a picture of my face. But it's like, no, it's like it costs like $300 in order to mint it. So it's just kind of like, yeah, that's why people are spending that much money on these. That's why people are asking so much money for these. And it's just that's the main problem with these is that it's like if it was just like 50 cents in order to mint an NFT and then it was like maybe $1 for the blockchain fee, that would be okay. That would be normal. That would be reasonable because it's like that's what I was spending when I was like transfer Dogecoin and convert it over to Bitcoin and like would send stuff between different wallets that I had. That's what it was. It wasn't that crazy, but now it's like you got to spend hundreds of dollars in order to send something through the blockchain, and that's the main problem. That's why you got NFTs being so expensive. That's why you got so many people minting and mining Ethereum and doing all that in order to keep this blockchain going. That's why you got people asking thousands of dollars for what are actually pretty ugly things. And that's why you don't have any like real artists getting in on this because it's just way too expensive. It's just kind of like almost a scam or whatever. Maybe in 3 years or whatever, when Ethereum 2.0 finally comes out, uh, NFTs are going to be a lot cheaper. It's not going to have a $300 gas fee, and maybe also just Ethereum prices will drop because it's like it's not really based on the fiat currency. It's just based on what the cryptocurrency is. Because it's like it's not like it takes $100 worth of Ethereum to do it. It's just that it takes whatever. It's like 0.0001 Ethereum in order to do it. But because Ethereum's so expensive right now, that comes out to like $100. And then maybe the next day it'll be $150 because it's still 0.00001 Ethereum. It's just I if I were to tell myself in from like 7 years ago to maybe not get so into cryptocurrency back in the day because this is what would become. I probably would have laughed at myself, but this is what it's become. It's become what should be basically just small creators and just regular people and just power to the individual. It's become corporatized. I mean, you got Nickelodeon getting in on NFTs. You got like Major League Baseball ops, Upper Deck or whatever it is. They're getting into NFTs. And then whoever created like Bored Ape Yacht Club is getting into it. And I just don't know anymore. This was not. I highly, highly, highly doubt that this is what the creator of the NFT project intended. It's just sad because again, this really should just be a way for like online digital creators in order to sell their works. It should be a way to do that. It should be able to be like anyone can mint an NFT, not spend crazy amount of money on it, and then they could sell their work for a reasonable price. But unfortunately, that's not where we live at right now because it's like the only people that would actually the only work that's actually getting worth selling on this is like if you're to somehow get like a Monet or a Warhol or that other artist guy. But it's like this is just I don't know. And again, it's like the other thing with NFTs is that it really should have been used for like proof of digital ownership. Like this really could have been a great way to handle DRM. So instead of having to like rely on servers that'll go down in 15, 20 years to ensure that you're not pirating the software or whatever, to just make the game associated to an NFT. And then you get your NFT and you could then sell your NFT if you so desired, and that'd be selling your game license or for proving that you have concert tickets or that you have government documents or anything like that. It's really what that should have been, but no one's going to be spending $300 to just own, truly own their digital game. It's no digital game is worth that. If it was just like another $3 or $4 to do the whole transfer thing, yeah, I'm sure people would happily pay that as long as they're not buying some really small indie game that's like worth $3 or $4. But to like own Assassin's Creed instead of paying $60 for it to then pay $63 just to handle the network fees, that'd be worth it. But it's not going to say, oh, am I going to spend $600 or $360? Just, no. Am I just going to get my marriage license put on a piece of paper? Or am I going to spend $300, $400 in order to get minted on the Ethereum blockchain? It it's just not going to happen. And I really hope that we get somewhere where we're not in the situation where it's this. I really hope to we can get to a point where it's like DeviantArt creators, SoundCloud rappers, and those guys minting their art as NFTs. But we're probably not going to get to that point. I think that it's too far gone until someone puts it on a much cheaper blockchain. Well, this has been Catholic Controversy, signing off. May God bless you.